Good morning, people. Good morning, replay viewers, live viewers. Welcome in. Good to see everybody. Thank you for joining. Duty Ron chat. Got a lot of messages, a lot of subscribers today, a lot of new people coming in. I want to just say thank you to each and every one of you. Hello, Joey. Good to see you, Joe. Thanks for joining. Hello, Gavin. Gavin, good to see you. How's it going over there in Scotland? I got your address. I didn't get a chance to mail out your card, but I'll get to that next week, I promise. Hello, Debbie Mack. Good to see you, Deb. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. Oh, that light's on. Hey, how's it going, guys? Good to see you. Hi, Carolyn. Thanks for joining. New subscriber from Austin, Texas. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing. Greatly appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Salam, Alfro. Good to see you. Hi, Sassy. Good to see you, Sassy. I'm going to invite some people. I'm going to invite on Twitter, and then I'll get right to business. We'll get right down to it. Let's get right down to it. So I was thinking about this for a while today. I thought about this case a lot today. And I just wanted to touch base with you guys why I feel that no additional charges will come forward at this time. It's subject to change, and my word, what I'm telling you here may not be correct, but I'm going to give it to you police-wise how I feel about this case, and I'll give it to you in a minute. So just let me just do the invites, and then I'll come right back to you guys. Hello, Red Lotus. Good to see you. Hi, Kathy. Good morning. Debbie McCabe is here. Sweet Dixie. Hello. Hello to my new subscribers and anybody who is watching that's brand new. Thank you for joining Duty Ron's chat. I changed my album art. I did a lot of work on the channel today. Hope you guys like the changes that I made. I changed the album art. If you see it, it's the flag with the detective's logo, and then it says Duty Ron in red across the top. I hope you guys like it. Hello, Blue Topaz. I'm calling everyone here from Jewels of Thoughts. Oh, okay, cool. Very good. Yeah, he's already in prison. I'm not talking about charges on him. There's a lot of speculation. Give me a second. Let's just wait a minute before we get into it. Just give me a chance to share it out. Hello, Little Gem. Thank you for joining, and thank you for being new. I appreciate you being in here. Thank you for joining, Gem. Red Lotus, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Good to see you, Red Lotus. Thank you, thank you. So welcome in, guys. Welcome. Let me just do some inviting, and then I'll be right there. 2 seconds. Thanks, Joey. Thank you, Joey. Two more seconds, guys. I just want to tweet it out. Good to see everyone. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everybody who is joining from a certain chat where everybody invited from. So thank you for doing that. Greatly appreciated that. Greatly appreciate that. All right, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, guys. We're all coming from Jewels of Thought to hear your opinion. Wow. I hope Jewels of Thought is not going to be mad that you guys all left their channel. But my opinion is going to be quick, so you guys don't have to stay too long. Just give me a second here to get the chat up. Great to see you, Jenny. Thank you for joining. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in. All right. So here's the thing. Hinsdale Girl, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So, guys, those of you who know me, I'm a retired NYPD detective. I have many years. I'm not looking at the chat, so don't waste your time with the chat. Hold it for the end, and then I'll read the chat. Fair enough, guys? So just hold on to your chat. So this way you're not wasting the typing. If you want to send chat to somebody inside the chat, so then you could do that. But if you're going to send it to me, hold on to it for a minute because I'm not going to look at it. Okay, so Chriswatts in November was already pled guilty to all counts of murder, unlawful uh, disposal of his unborn child. That was 48 extra years. He's already pled guilty to all the charges, the murders of his daughter, his wife, etc., etc. Okay, so we all get that. He's in jail. He's given this statement on, what was it, February 17th. So he gives this statement on February 17th to the authorities. If that information he gave them was solid, sound information that could implicate somebody in a crime, that person, if it was concrete evidence where they had physical evidence, where they had enough to make an arrest, that person would have been arrested already. They're not going to wait 17 days until March 7th to give out audio and to give out a statement if there's nobody to be arrested. You guys got to understand something. Where I come from in the law enforcement community, if there's good, sound, concrete evidence, enough evidence to effect a lawful arrest, the girlfriend or anybody that we speculated being involved in any criminal activity, that person or those persons or any additional people would have already been placed into custody. Now, I know this to be true because I've been on the other end, the law enforcement end of this. Most of you guys have not and don't know anything about how the process works. I know, thank you for the super chat, Fireside. I know 1000% that if we go somewhere and we interview somebody and there is evidence to back up the statement, in other words, anybody could say anything. And this guy is such a nut that he could be in there and saying, if I have to be in here, my life's ruined, I'm going to try to ruin her life. He could say whatever craziness he wants to say. If there's no physical evidence to back it up, DNA, blood evidence, her hair, her DNA all over the crime scene, then they have nothing. They have nothing to make an arrest on. So at the end of the day, people talk about, well, she helped clean up the crime scene. She helped this, she did this, she did that. If they had real evidence of her doing that, she wouldn't be walking around free. She wouldn't be free. So there's no question in my mind, this is my opinion, there's no question in my mind that she knew what was going on. She egged him on. She got that wedding dress. They were all together and they were gelling together like they're going to create this new life. And then she made the statement of, how could he have done this? How could he have done this? I think she very well knew that he was doing that. But all of this is my speculation, and it could be your speculation too. But I can tell you, as a professional law enforcement guy, if there was, in that interview on the 17th, when they went to the jail in Wisconsin and interviewed him, if they had good solid statement that led them to good physical evidence, there would have been an arrest already. Because there's no arrest and because they're going to have a news conference and releasing the audio, tells me that there's not going to be anything, that there might be extra details that he gave them, but there's nothing there to make an arrest. If there was something there, that girlfriend of his and anybody else that he implicated would have been already hands behind the back and taken to jail. And I know that for a fact. Because detectives and law enforcement people don't sit on stuff if they have enough to effect a lawful arrest. Now remember, a lawful arrest, you can make an arrest that gets voided if you don't have enough evidence for the prosecution to effectively prosecute it. Because don't forget, police make the arrest. The district attorney and the prosecutors, they charge the crimes. And if they don't have enough evidence to charge the crimes, they drop the arrest. They wipe the arrest out. So that's what I'm saying. If you listen to what I'm saying, it makes sense. If they had enough based on what he told them that led them to more evidence out in the field or evidence at the house or evidence of something else, she would have been already arrested. So You guys can hold me to that. You can mark my words. And everybody that's sending the comments to me, like most of the comments are really good in underneath my videos, but the comments that are left from people that don't know anything about law enforcement and how the system works, or people who think they know how law enforcement works, or don't like what I'm saying, there's hundreds of other people that are talking about this case that have nothing to do with law enforcement, but might have experience with investigations. Go and watch them. And you have many choices of where you can go. You don't have to hang around here if you don't like what I'm saying. I'm giving you a law enforcement perspective. You could either take it or leave it, or you can listen to me and then say, oh, maybe I should have listened to him because he was right. Or maybe I could be wrong going down the road. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong in this case. I think that if they had real hard evidence, this female, the girlfriend, would have been collared and under arrest, handcuffs, taken to jail just days after they spoke to him. So now I'm going to look at the comments. I haven't looked at anything. So anybody that's been typing has kind of wasted their time, because I said to hold the comments until I look. So now I'm going to look at the comments. Let's go. Here we go with the comments. Hello, Matt. Good to see you, Matt Sully. Good to see you. Hello, Muffin. Good to see you. Water Ski Bomb is here. Why would the FBI and the CIS could take the time and funds to travel to get more details? If they have details that were given to them from his attorneys, that it doesn't come directly from Watts, it comes from his attorneys, they'll go out on it if it's good enough evidence or good enough information. It doesn't necessarily mean that they had enough to make an arrest, because if they did, they would have done it already. All those questions are irrelevant in regards to why they did it. They did it because they did it. I mean, it's a done deal. It's already all over the place that they went and interviewed him. So most of the times they're not going to go there for just a conversation. If he was going to give them some more inner workings of how things went, if there was a crime that was implicated that could be arrestable and prosecutable, it would have already been, they would have already placed the person under arrest. Thank you for the super chat, TB. Thank you for that. So we could sit here on Monday morning quarterback all day long, but I'm telling you right now, if the FBI got enough evidence from Chriswatts on February 17th, there would have been an arrest short time after that. Wouldn't drag out 17 days with nothing. So it tells me from my 20 plus years experience that they don't have anything to make a new arrest. Nobody new is going to be arrested. There's no additional charges that are going to be added on to him, because he's already been charged with everything that can be charged. So there could be speculation. We could speculate all day long about what he said. We're going to find out March 7th. In a short time, we're going to find out. But I'm going to tell you, when we find out, you guys are going to be a little disappointed, because there's not going to be any arrests. They're not going to make a news conference and then go and arrest somebody right then and there. It just doesn't happen like that. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's my experience. And I know if they have good, solid information that leads them to more evidence from a crime, the arrest gets made. They're not waiting 17 days or whatever it is. What is it? The 17th to the 28th. That's, yeah. So it's 17 days. So I hate to break everybody's bubble. I hate to make people say, this is not juicy enough, but it is what it is. I'm calling it as I see it. I could be wrong. But I doubt it. But you guys can mark my words. I'm telling you that they're not going to come up with anything that's outrageously over the top. They might, like everyone's saying, well, the resources and to go there and interview them, if it's good enough for just additional things, it could be a wide variety of things. But I'm telling you, if it was something solid and sound, there already would have been an arrest. All right, let me look at the let me look at some of the comments here. Sherry says, I'm in complete agreement with Ron. She's a former law enforcement professional and she knows what I'm talking about. Those of you who haven't been in the law enforcement field, and I'm not putting you down, you don't know what you're talking about. And basically, we kind of know from being around the system. I know how the district attorney works. I know how criminal cases develop. I've been involved in homicide cases, many. I worked for the largest police department in the world. So everybody could send me comments on the side about they think I'm wrong, they think I don't know what I'm talking about, whatever the case may be. That's fine. But all in all, I'm telling you that I know how this goes. I know this business. I know the police business. I know how prosecutors work. I've been around district attorneys and in and out of courtrooms for 20 plus years. If anybody can come here and tell me that you've been involved in the court process and arresting and putting people in jail, I've put people away for life. I've put people away for murder. I put people away for 25 years that have gotten out after 15. I put people away like that woman who burned the kid with the cigarettes. I went to trial with her and got up on the stand and testified against her, and she got 10 years in prison. I think she probably did only about 6, but she got sentenced to 10 years in prison for that crime that she committed against her son. Okay, so there was no hearing. It was an interview, Kara. There was no hearing. I'm not seeing all of your comments. It was a jailhouse interview. It's a jailhouse interview, and they're very standard, and they happen a lot. Jailhouse interviews happen a lot. The only reason Crease gave additional information to authorities to clear. I don't. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what the statement was. We'll find out on the 7th. So, Water Ski Mom, do I do something to lose my wrench? Confused. I have too many wrenches. I can't have 30 people with wrenches, so I had to cut it back. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Too many chiefs running a show makes it too confusing. I had to cut like 20 people off of it. I had way too many, but don't take offense to that because I really appreciate you being here. So here we go. Let's look at more comments. Could someone already be arrested and we just don't know it yet? No, Laura, that's public information. You can't get arrested and not release it. Somebody can't. Somebody cannot be put into custody and arrested without it being public information. All arrests, if you get arrested, it's public information. And Chriswatts and anybody that's additional is also, it's public information. So that would be out if someone was arrested. Hold on a second. Let me see what happened there. Excellent. Good job. Fantastic. So anyways, thank you for posting up the links, Red Lotus. Thank you so much for that. Um, uh, is it possible that there is a warrant for NK and they haven't got her yet? No, no, there's no warrant for her because if there was a warrant out for her, um, I do believe if there was a warrant or a want for her that they would put that out. They would put that posting out just to get her to come in. They wouldn't be shy about that. They wouldn't be shy about that. Let me continue with the comments. I am timed Trevor out 300 seconds. I am timed Trevor out. I timed Trevor out for 30 seconds. Anyways, Jamie, good to see you. I didn't see you come in there. Hi, Jamie. All new viewers, yeah, if you're new in here, please subscribe to my channel. Listen, I'm not saying this to cause a controversy. I'm telling you this because I know in my heart, I know how this process goes. And you're going to see on March 7th, when this presser comes out, you're going to say, look back at this and you're going to go, oh, Duty Ron was right. You know, I've been right about other things that I've talked about. And if I'm wrong about this, if I'm wrong about this, then I'll man up to it and say I was wrong. But I'm telling you, there's a very strong possibility. Exactly what I said here is what's going to happen. There's not going to be any additional arrests. There's not going to be breaking news. It's going to be additional small details about the inner workings of this crime. Other people being implicated, those are chances. People can be implicated, but if it can't be proven and can't evidence can't come forward, they can't gather evidence to actually prosecute and effectively affect a lawful arrest, then he could say what he wants till he's blue in the face that his girlfriend was involved in it. If there's no physical evidence, then there's nothing that they could do to bring her in. You need evidence plus, you know, proof that the crime was committed. You can't just go based on some jailhouse person that's facing 180 years in prison. You know, he's facing, you know, multiple life terms plus 48 years. The guy's going to say whatever he wants to say, and no jury or no judge is going to believe what he has to say. Let's see what else. Will he be segregated in prison, Ron, from other inmates? I don't think so. I don't think so, unless you know he goes on suicide watch. If he is on suicide watch, he'll be segregated, but he'll be in general population. He'll be in general population. To talk now after he's already sentenced for the crimes. He's been, from what I understand, he's been reading the Bible. He's been a lot of these heinous criminals that commit these really bad acts all of a sudden turn to God. They become godly people, and maybe he just wanted to get more of this off of his conscience. That could be possible, but I don't think so. He's a delusional, narcissistic, all of the above kind of fella. So he's, you know, who knows what he's conjured up for the authorities. I've been on many, many interviews where it's just a wild goose chase, and the potential perpetrator tells you everything under the sky, and you got to follow up on the leads. The detectives and the FBI and all the investigators are going to follow up on these leads. If he gave them any leads, I happen to think that he didn't. He's not giving them anything. I don't think he's giving them anything, because if it was anything of substance, they're not waiting almost 20 days. They're not waiting that many days. It's just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen in law enforcement. Thank you for joining Hawkeye Station Paranormal. I've seen you. Hawkeye Station, do you know Ralph Sarchi, the writer of Deliver Us from Evil? He was my partner in the police department, in the New York City Police Department. I worked with Ralph Sarchi. So paranormal, I think you might know Ralph Sarchi. He was a guy who I worked with. Dead man walking, exactly. He is a dead man walking. He's going to die in prison. He's going to rot in prison. He's going to grow old in prison. He's going to have a hard time in prison. So, anyways, let me just take a peek more at these comments. The doorbell cameras caught better angles. No, they don't have better angles because it would have been out already. There was no better angles. The angles that they have are what we all saw, and it's all shitty angles. It's all shitty angles. Thank you so much, Red Lotus. Guys, if you're new in here, I'm just trying to pay attention to the comments because I like to answer the comments. And here's another one. If you leave comments in the comments section that are derogatory towards other people commenting, I'm gonna block you and delete the comment. So I'm just giving you a fair warning. If you want me to block you, then leave a derogatory or nasty comment to me or to anybody else that's commenting in the comment sections. And even if I don't know that person that you're making fun of or trying to be nasty with, that's an automatic block. So I'm just putting it out there. It seems like everyone pays very close attention to what I say. So I'm just going to leave that out there for you guys. I saw today many, like 4 or 5 comments where people were attacking other people. We should respect everybody's opinion and everybody's take on this, but I'm giving you my professional law enforcement take. You can like it or not like it, but I'm giving it to you. And you can either listen to me or understand what I'm telling you, or you could say, oh, he's wrong and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And maybe you have more experience in it. Because some of the comments that I got from some of the people, I went and looked at their accounts and they have no subscribers and the accounts just created months ago. And I just laugh at that. It's just a laughable thing. So just, be respectful to everybody's opinion, just as I am. If someone says to me, I think you're wrong, I say, you're entitled to that opinion. I won't block you for that. But if you're nasty and disrespectful, then that's a different story. Anyways, let's get back to it. If you're new, let me know where you're watching. Let me know your city and state or your country, and I'll shout you out. If you have anything constructive that you want to add, I'll go and look at the comments again. They're going kind of fast. Thank you, Sarah, for coming in. Red Lotus, thank you. Hello, Michelle. Good evening. Foxy Bot, thank you for coming in. Joey, thanks for being in here. Thank you, Joey. Guys, everyone go follow Joey Brooklyn right there in the chat. He's got one of the wrenches. Joey, BKLYN_67. Go follow him. Subscribe to his channel. Hello, Shalom, Greg Bear. Subscribe to Red Lotus. Subscribe to Jamie_G13. These are all people that I recommend. Hello from Georgia. Hello from Australia. Greg Bear is in Australia delivering food. Good to see you on the broadcast. Who else is here? I am only viewer watcher. I am less validated. I am only a viewer / watcher. Am I less validated? No, that's silly, Gail. Are you kidding me? Denise, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Hi, Allison. Good to see you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much for coming in, Tina. Hello, Bam Fam from Alabama. I got some family in Mobile down on the Gulf Coast. Trina, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being in here. Jamie, there she is. There she is. Fellow Texans saying hello from Texans. Gina, your neighboring state. You're part of the tri-state. Welcome in from Connecticut. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you so much for that. Trina with the big smile. Gotta love it. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you for joining. There you go. Trevor is in the building. Trevor is in the building. Now I know you're not from Australia, Greg Bear, because you don't say shrimp, you say a prawn. Silly Willie. TB, thanks for joining. Hello from Maine. It's cold up there. You guys getting a lot of snow? You guys getting a lot of snow in Maine? Hot Pink, thank you for coming in. Who else is here? Hello, Just Milk. Good to see you. Oklahoma, nice. Nikki is here from Australia. Thank you for coming in, Nikki. Shells Bells, I'm in Southern Cal, beautiful Southern Cal. I have family in Mission Viejo. Suggestions from Jewels of Thought. Oh, welcome in. Thank you for coming in, Jewels of Thought. I don't even know who that is or what that is. So that's how much I don't know about this stuff. Thank you so much for those. Lafayette, Louisiana, Cajun country. Beautiful over there. Love it, love it, love it. Who else? Busted Trevor. There you go. Kayla says Busted Trevor. Hot Pink shout out. Hot Pink got a shout out. Everyone's excited about their shout outs. I appreciate and respect each and every one of you. Thank you for coming in. Becky from Wisconsin. Thank you so much for coming in from Wisconsin. Space Gal has the launch at 1:49, says Trina. Wow. Okay, that's 1:49 a.m. Oh boy, maybe if I'm up, I'll go and check that out. She's a wonderful YouTuber. I gotta check her out, Amelia. Somebody leave in the comments that person's account so I can go and follow it. I'd like to go and follow the account. So I don't know who it is. This is the first time I heard of him or her tonight. So whoever that is, I'd like to follow that account. Australia too, and shrimp is smaller than the prawn. Australians don't say shrimp, they say prawn. I know that for a fact. That's it. There you go. There's Matt Sully checking in. Alexis is here from St. Louis. Thank you so much. You got it. Jamie, everyone follow Jamie_G13. Here from Northern Cali. Also here from Jewels of Thought, who has a wonderful channel. She's recommended you. I gotta go follow this woman. It's a woman, Jewels of Thought, I'm assuming. So please, someone give me her link so I can follow her channel immediately. I got to get on there and say thank you to her. There it is. Let me see that. Jules channel. Hold on. I'm gonna get her right now with my secondary. Hold on, guys. Let me get onto her channel. Okay, thanks, Red Lotus. I'm on it now. This is her, guys. That's her. Okay, let me subscribe. All right, I just subscribed to Jules of Thought. Is she live right now? No, she's not live. All right, if she was live, I was going to go in there and say thank you to her. So, all right, I'm subscribed to her now. I'm subscribed to Jules. Thank you guys for that. Thank you. Um, let's see. Anything else? I don't see her live. I just went and looked at her channel, so I don't see her live. Becky Ferguson, I'm in Minnesota. So I am subscribed to her right now. I'm subscribed, and I can't wait to go and check her out. She looks like she's got a premiere set up to go. She's got a premiere set up to go. So I'll check it out. I see Oni is live, guys. Everyone go and subscribe to True Crime and Gossip. Go follow and subscribe to Oni. And let me just get back into the chat here. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to get the chat live. So that's it. So unfortunately, that's not the news that you guys want to hear, but that's the news that I got to give you because that's how I feel this is going. I feel that this is going to be a colossal fail on March 7th when they come out with this. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be disappointed because if they had an arrestable additional breaking new news that was arrestable. The person would have already been in handcuffs and in jail. The person would have already. This is a high profile case, as we all know. So if they had some concrete evidence and something that was arrestable, that female would have been collared and, as we say, under arrest and collared, tagged and bagged and put in the county jail already. She's already been under arrest. So unless they're working on something that's leading up to an arrest that's taking a long time, I can't really see in my head what would take such a long time. If they have a lot of blood and fiber evidence at the house, there was reports that someone broke into the house that I was reading. There's a lot of craziness that has gone on with this. But if the police did a thorough job, which I think they did, from the day that they responded there to the days going forward, and they secured the crime scene the proper way and collected the proper evidence, then I think that we would, we'll have good, solid evidence, hair and fibers and all that stuff. Ron, repeat question. Is it likely that Chriswatts is responsible for cold case murder? I don't think so. Trina, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see what this looks like when that comes out. Let me see what that super chat looks like when it comes out, because that's a very generous one, and thank you so much for that. I don't think he's involved for that cold case people are talking about. I highly doubt it. It's the same one. What goes in the tip jar? Oh, police cars. Those are police cars. So the $20 one is the actual NYPD police cars. They're kind of small. I'm trying to work on making them bigger. So I'm working on the graphics to try to make those bigger. So thank you so much for that, Trina. Jules' thought is that we came here in last mass here to you live. Jules here. She brought her whole audience. Thank you, Jules. Where is she? I want to say thank you to her. I already just subscribed. Let me try to find her. Fireside chat. Where are you, Jules? Where are you? Julesy Jules. Let me get myself all fixed up. Let me fix my hair for Jules. Where is she? Where's Jules? I want to say thank you to her. Thank you. Thank you for bringing your crew. Thank you for bringing your people in here. I know, there she is. I hope you are feeling better, Kim. Yes, we all hope you're feeling better. There she is, Jewels of Thought. Thank you so much for coming into my live stream. I look forward to coming into yours and interacting with your people and inviting my people from my channel to yours as well. And I can't wait to, I like to watch different people put out different types of content. So I'm going to be checking you out. I will be checking out your channel. You have a premiere, I think, for 17 hours from now or 20 hours from now. If you go live, I already hit the subscribe and notification bell. So if you go live before that premiere, I'll be there to check it out. So thank you so much for sending in your people. Everybody seems really nice, and it looks like you got a good group of folks on your channel. So kudos to you. Everyone go subscribe to Jewels of Thought. Go subscribe to her. I'm doing this on a whim. I don't even know what she's got, but I know that she's got good people, and I would tell you, all my Duty Ron family, go over and subscribe to Jewels of Thought, and let's check her out. Cheers to you, and thank you for, sending over the people. Again, I appreciate that. So thank you, Trina, for the super chat. That was very generous of you, and thank you to everybody else who has have subscribed and also given super chat during this broadcast. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you to all my mods who have given me the links and put up my my Patreon page. I have a great Patreon page that gives you a lot of inside information, a lot of direct access to me, a lot of exclusive content that nobody else gets to get from me. So all my Patreon people, I take great care of them, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. Kim, I hope you do feel better real soon. I got your message and responded to it. Nothing but love and strength coming your way. Fireside Kim, she's awesome. Ron, why would FBI be going back to interview Chris a few more times? Adriana, they're on the case. They have this case. The FBI is actively working the case. So if some new developing information, whether it's very important or slightly important, they make the decision whether to go out on it. They're already assigned to the case. So as this is still ongoing, they might not have interviewed him or had any activity on the case from November when he was sentenced until now. So December, January, February. So for 3 months, the FBI probably did nothing with this case because he was locked up and pled guilty to all the murder charges. So his attorney probably contacted them and said, hey, my client has something to give to you. They made a trip and went there and went to hear the info. Don't read too far into this, because law enforcement has to follow up on all information, anything new to the case. They're not just going to say, oh, let's let the locals go handle it. The FBI wants to go because they want it to go right. They want the interview to go right, and they don't want any of the information or potential evidence or info to get effed up. So the FBI doesn't really, not that they don't trust the locals, but they want to do, and once they're assigned to a case, they handle everything. If the locals, I've done this before, we kind of just like our ducks behind mother. Like, we see baby ducks walking in a row. When the FBI takes over, or a Secret Service or the U.S. Marshals take over a case, the local authorities is like secondary. They just follow them around. They just follow them. They're just there to be there. They do it all. This is all FBI. And take it from me, because I've done it. I've followed the feds around and just watched them, would just like backup to them. I think you are right. We'll find out the details in depth. We'll find out. Yeah, this channel is drama-free, Carrie. You can come in here anytime. I make sure my moderators know what my main guy, Joey Brooklyn, Joey BKLYN _67. I implore everyone who broadcasts or who's a viewer to subscribe to Joey BKLYN 67. He's right under Sassy. Sassy and Joey. These guys and Red Lotus are like, they're like my directors of security. Joey is the main guy. He's about respect, honor, and he does some great content. He's going to be delivering some great nature type broadcasts. He's not into the crime. He's not qualified to talk about crime. He'll be giving you all of his expertise in the Italian American community in Brooklyn. He's a Brooklyn forget about it guy. He sounds just like Joe Pesci, and you can listen to him all day long. The guy's got a phenomenal voice. I plan to have him as a guest on my channel from time to time, so look for that coming up. So everybody in here, if you want to take some advice from me, subscribe to Joey Brooklyn, Joey BKLYN _ 67, Jamie _ G13. She's awesome. This is a Jagaloon free zone, and what I mean by Jagaloons, if you look up Jagaloons, there's many different definitions to Jagaloons, but it's an adult that acts like a child. This is Jagaloon free. Any adult that comes in here and acts like a child is banished from my YouTube. So if you want to get a block, then act less than an adult, and you'll be blocked. So it's plain and simple. I don't beat around the bush. You want to come in and make comments below my video and talk about nonsense, you're gonna be deleted. You can say whatever you want. It's my channel. I'm running it. I'm the broadcaster. So if I'm broadcasting, you got to play by my rules. And if you don't like it, then there's plenty of other people you can go and hang out with. And that's as simple as that. I'm not saying it to be cocky. I'm just saying it because I'm saying it for your protection, for everybody's protection here. I don't allow that type of environment to exist, because when you let that happen, it becomes very toxic. And I don't want a toxic environment. We got enough problems in everyday life, paying our bills and just keeping our heads above water. You don't have to deal with that on YouTube or any social media. If someone's harassing you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, block them and move on. Just ignore them and go on with your business. You never heard it until I said it. Lori, it's a Jagaloon free zone. Jagaloons do not exist here. I love how Trina Superfan of All's $20 donation for Super Chat is staying there forever. It's at the top of my list. It's like just hanging out there. It's just lingering. And everyone go follow Trina Bina. Trina Bin. I think it's Trina Bin. Trina Bin. There you go, Bella Blue. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Bella. FoxyBot. I love that name, FoxyBot. Sarah Wells, thank you so much for being in here. Thank you, Sarah. Applesauce, I love applesauce. There you go. I'm getting a lot of notifications as I'm live. I'm getting a ton of notifications. Thank you for being a new sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Cheetah. Thank you so much. And to all the new subscribers over the last 2 days or 24 hours or so, a big thank you to all my new subscribers, people that are going to watch on the replay that are not here live, that have subscribed. I want to let you know I appreciate the kind words, the positive interaction, the subscribing, the letting me know that you think that I'm great. And that's all good and well, but I think you guys are great as well. So all the comments and all the people that say thank you for my service, I thank you in return for obviously thanking me, because law enforcement people, we do a job that's pretty much thankless. It's a thankless job. So we go out there and do our job. We put our lives on the line. We respond to all the problems that happen. When you call 911, it's really not, you're not calling them to invite them over to come and have coffee and cake. You're calling 911 because the shit hit the fan, and that's when we show up. So I personally thank you for thanking me and all of the men and women of law enforcement. Don't forget, they're out there every day, 365 days a year, putting their lives on the line for our freedoms. Now that I'm a civilian and retired, I thank all of my local guys. I back up my law enforcement. If I see a cop with a car stop in my community, I don't get out, but I sit there and watch. I'll pull over and watch them just to make sure everything's okay, and then I'll go about my business. So that's what I do. I still continue to serve on a different level, because I am armed 24 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have my gun right here on the table with me. I keep it close by. I'm always ready for any action to protect my family and my property. So that's how I am here in New York. But being that, be that as it may, I just wanted to say to you guys, I thank you for all the positive comments. It really, really, I greatly appreciate it. So it's really nice. And to all the negative comments, I feel sorry for those people. The people who feel a need to leave negative comments, not many. I'm just saying, those people, I feel sorry for you guys. I feel sorry for the men and women that feel necessary to make fun of somebody else that made a comment, or tell me that I'm not a good person, or tell me what you think of me. But meanwhile, you haven't even watched what I did on all of my videos. You're just making a comment because you just don't like. See, misery loves company. We got to understand this. When you go into the psyche of some of these people, misery loves company. And when we realize that, that's true. Like, these are people who are down here that are kind of bottom feeders and that are just, just dwelling really low and have really bad situations going on, or whatever the case may be. They want to drag as many people down. Hey, I'm down here. Let me pull you up from the top of that tree and drag you down into the mud. Misery loves company. I learned that a long time ago, and that's what you got to realize. Lisa, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Let's look for the graphic. Andy Griffin is going to start feeling up Carolyn Burnett very soon, unless that happened already and I missed it. Could I have missed it? I don't know. But thank you for the super chat. It's on like a 15-second delay. Oh, because of your country. Okay, Gail. I hear you. I guess maybe there's certain countries that you can't sign up Patreon. I apologize for that, but I don't know. I don't know how that goes. Did anything come up out of the? Did I miss that? Did I miss the? Or maybe maybe it just didn't work. Head of homicide. Wow, hot pink. Hot pink jalapenos. Jalapeno. Hot pink jalapeno. So anyways, guys, try to stay away from that stuff. Try to stay away from that. Yes, thank you so much, Joey. Try to stay away from that. Oh, you're in the U.S., so there should be no problem with subscribing while you're in the U.S. Yeah, it might be something with either on my end or yours, but I've had several new subscribers to the Patreon. So if you want to send me an email, Gail Howard, I'll try to correct it with you. There's more bad in the world if there are more detectives. Wait, I feel like there is more bad. Wait a minute. What was that? I hate when the comments go so fast. Hold on. Jigsaw puzzle. I feel like there is more bad in the world, but if there are more detectives, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't want to finish the comment. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, so that's good. Cops have channels now. Wow, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah. So just a little bit of this is just a little cleanup because I've seen a couple of people come in and make some less than nice comments. So that's the reason I brought it up. I don't really like to talk about negativity too often, but I gotta put some people in check. So if you want a quick block on my channel, if you want to be blocked from my content, just act like that, and then I'll oblige. No problem. If you don't want to be here, if you don't like what you see, then get the fuck out. That's all I tell you. It's pretty plain and simple. If you don't like what you see, then leave. You got plenty of other channels of people that are talking. Just leave. Get the fuck out of here. That's what I say. Hello, Alfro. Good to see you, Mahid. Good to see you. Exactly. I know bad apples. I can spot them. I can smell them from a mile away. Pitbull is here. Good to see you, Pitbull Beer Master. Thank you so much. How the subscribe button didn't activate. I don't know, Gail. Send me an email and we'll work it out. We'll work it out. I promise. We'll work it out. Happy. It worked. Excellent. Hello from Iowa. Good to see you. Thank you, Bren Rick. Thank you for subscribing from the great state of Iowa. Shelly says, boom, boom, boom. There you go. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cut and dry. It's plain and simple. I'm just being plain and simple. Plain and simple. Um, so excellent, excellent. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. I'm just trying to pay attention to the chat. So those of you who don't know, this is a I had skin cancer in January, so this is the result of Mohs surgery on my nose. This is basal cell carcinoma that I had sliced off my nose in January, late January, so it's still healing. So this is skin cancer here on my nose. For those of you who are wondering what that mark is on my nose, it's a skin cancer that's just healing up from surgery. So, Justifiable Homicide, welcome in. Good to see you, Justifiable. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. Hold on, I want to look at some stuff. Let's see, what else? What else we got? Jamie made Trina laugh. Trina Bin, uh, she's adorable. I got to meet her last week in Florida. We went down to Boca Raton and we paid respects to Steve from Florida, and I got to meet Trina. Super fan of all. She's a great gal. She is awesome, awesome, awesome. What a great gal from Louisiana. A lot of respect, a lot of love I have for her. She's a tremendous human being. She traveled 700 miles to come to Florida in a rental car to pay respects to another broadcaster that passed away. So kudos to you. A lot of love for you. Hello, Linda. Good to see you. Just subbed from Illinois. Welcome in. Chicago, Illinois. Uh, did not even notice. Oop, where did that go? Was a pleasure. Yes, likewise. Thank you for the super chat, applesauce. Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Red Lotus. Thank you for all of your links that you're putting up. That's a lot of hard work that you're doing there, and I appreciate that tremendously. Thank you. Congratulations, Ron, on surpassing 2K. Please, guys, don't forget. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss the upload. Thank you so much, Applesauce. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Again, anybody that doesn't like what they see here, it's like a radio channel. You could just leave and go somewhere else. It's very simple, You're very handsome looking to us. Thank you, Trudy. Trudy, I appreciate that. I'll give you that $20 I promised you for saying that. I'll send it to you. Check is in the mail. Check's in the mail. Homicide, Justifiable Homicide says, I've been here. So happy for your channel growth. It's awesome. Thank you so much for that, Justifiable. It's people like you that I like to have around that are happy for people's success or even failures. If things aren't going good, I'd still want to have somebody like you around because true friends always hang around on the ups and downs, So that's what it's all about. How would you handle a death threat by phone? Cause our friend Caroline at Mommy Rambling Blog got one of them while she was watching. Send me an email about that and I'll talk to you about that privately. I don't like to talk about that on my chat. That's a situation, Foxy Bot, that I will talk to you privately about, but not here. Just please respect that and understand it. This is not the time or place for that. But I am concerned about that and I'll give you my 2 cents on it if you email me. dutyron@aol.com. Bouncing around, tired, wishing you the best. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. Thank you. Black Rose, thank you for those links. So I'm looking down because my laptop's here. What I'd really like to do is get my, I'm going to get a second, I'm going to get a second, I'm gonna get a second tripod and then mount my phone like right in front of me up here. So I want to mount it right at the camera. So I'm looking at the chat in the camera because I can't stand that I'm looking down. It's like, it's so not good for you guys. Like if I'm looking down, it's like I'm not really talking to you. So I'm gonna try to mount my phone right next to the chat. That's I'm gonna buy like another tripod on Amazon just to mount my phone, my secondary device to read the comments. You guys know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put my phone so I can see the comments. Let me see something. Let me see if I can devise something right now. Oh, look at that. I just did something cool. Now I got the comments almost right up by where the, now I can see the comments. But I want to get it up, like right up here, like here. This is where I want to have it, right just off to the side. So I'm actually looking at the camera and giving the comments. But now I have it directly right below. So I don't have to look down like this. I have it at eye level. So that works really well. Hello, Dutch Maz. Good to see you. You got a dual mount. Yes. Cool. I could use that. Or just send me the link and I'll go and order it on Amazon. So this is better. This is much better because it's not like I'm looking down. I'm like looking kind of level head. Smash the like and subscribe button. Ron, it was lovely to meet you. I must go feed my family. Family comes first. Ice cream for dinner. Yummy. Oh, so hot. Where are you, Carrie? Where are you in the country? Are you in the U.S. or are you outside the country? Good to see you, Dutch Maz. Thank you for coming in. Everybody follow my good friend Dutch Maz. He brings you great content. He's a tour guide in New York City. He'll bring you everything throughout the 5 boroughs. He's a very knowledgeable guy on everything. Foxybot. Okay, so I'm about to pass out, so happy you got packed room. Excellent. Thank you, Dutch Maz. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you for being in here. Everybody subscribe to Dutch Maz, a very good friend of mine. I highly recommend it. Delaware, Ohio. Oh, how about that? You're in Australia. Okay, right. We said put a prawn on the Barbie. So have your ice cream, enjoy it. I know it's really hot in Australia. We had a blizzard, says Jigsaw Puzzle. Wow. Stay safe out there wherever you are, Jigsaw Puzzle. Jamie is in the building. Joey is here. Black Irish is here. A lot of great people are in this room. You got Red Lotus. You got Applesauce, Black Rose. The whole family is assembled. This is an extension of the Duty Ron family. So I'm honored to have all of you guys in here. All my new subscribers, I'm really honored to have you. And I thank you guys for that. I thank you so much for it. Always great to have new people. And I really enjoy interacting with new subscribers on a regular basis. Everybody has their own extra sense and extra take on things. So I always like to get everybody's ideas from all over the world. So it's awesome. It's awesome. You got to subscribe to Dutch. Trina, definitely subscribe to Dutch. Debbie, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. To all Ron's folks and to Jules folks, bye. Nice catching up with you. Enjoy over there in Australia. Great to see you, and I hope to see you again really soon. A lot of love, a lot of hugs. Thank you so much. Show comes Sunday in Ohio. Show comes, oh, the snow. Okay, gotcha, snow. Snow comes on Sunday. We're getting flurries right now. We're getting flurries right now. Ron, did you miss, oh, where did that comment go? Ron, did you miss I answered any more info on the fetus? No. Trina, I looked for that just tonight. I looked for more info. No arrest, no nothing. Jenny, thank you so much for being in here. A lot of love and respect for you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. Allison is saying goodbye to Carrie. Alice isn't saying goodbye. I like this phone thing situation, but I gotta get my comments right level with the camera. I need the comments right to the side of the camera. So that's something I gotta work on as a broadcaster for you guys. I gotta work on that. Tracy, it's okay. You got a food shop. You got to do what you got to do. Family comes first, as we all know. I got a whole sink full of dishes that I'm going to clean now at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, subbies to Ron. Wow, that's amazing. 2,413. Is that true? Applesauce? Is that a legit number? That's outstanding. That's really great. I think 2 nights ago I had only like 1,900 and change. I was like 1,950. A day and a half ago I had 1,950. So thank you to all the new subs. I mean, I greatly appreciate it, guys. How long have you had a channel? Joey, how long have we had the channel here, Joey Brooklyn? How long have we had the channel, Joe? I think we've been doing this since January, right? Or December? I think we started in December with YouTube. I think we started in December, broadcasting. It's 2 months. Yeah, about 2 months. So last night I spoke about this. I'm going to be covering a jogger here. Her name is Karina Vetrano, and I'm going to be covering this jogger case who was raped and beaten here in Queens. Well, it's 2 a.m. in Virginia, so off to bed. Good night, Sarah. Thank you so much for being in here. A lot of love and respect to you as well. I appreciate you coming into the broadcast. So I'm going to be covering the trial is supposed to be the retrial. This perpetrator that had, I mean, this is actually too much for me to go into, Joey. I don't even have the energy to go into it, but watch my previous broadcast. I actually speak about it. But Karina Vetrano was a young 30-year-old jogger who was brutally raped and beaten here in New York City in August of 2016, August 2nd to be exact. And her perpetrator was arrested. Her DNA was underneath his fingernails. His DNA was underneath her fingernails. Positive match on the DNA, and somehow they got a hung jury. The case went to trial. It was a hung jury, and the retrial is going to start this month on the 12th. So they're going to start picking jurors on the 12th. So definitely check in. I'm going to do, Joey, tomorrow an intro into that case. I'm going to do an intro into that case. Karina Vetrano, a really, really terrible situation. I mean, I can play a small trailer of it right now. Why don't I do that? Popeye the Parrot, everybody loves him. There you go. Let me try to play a trailer. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right there. Stand by. Stand by.
The parents of a woman killed while...
All right, I'm going to play a trailer real quick. This is partial. This will give you guys a look at the case. This will give you a look at the case. Hold on a second.
The parents of a woman killed while jogging gets much needed comforting and consoling, leaving the courtroom in disbelief.
Breaking news tonight, a mistrial's been declared in the trial of the man charged with killing Queens jogger Karina Vetrano.
A mistrial was declared after the jury came back hung in the trial of 22-year-old Channel Lewis. Deliberations lasted 13 hours total. Lewis is accused of attacking and killing Karina Vetrano while she was out jogging along a path in Queens 2 years ago.
That was the last time she was saw.
The 30-year-old's body was found by her father.
Make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, from all the evidence in the case, including the scientific evidence, the DNA found on Karina on her phone belongs to this man sitting here.
During the trial, DNA evidence was presented by prosecutors they claim linked Lewis to the crime, as well as what they say was this taped confession.
About how many times did you hit her in the face?
Around 5.
Lewis's defense team argues he was coerced into a false confession, as well as this interrogation tape.
After she was just lying there.
It's not a conviction, so I guess that's a good thing, but closure would be a good thing too.
Thank you, Hinsdale girl.
Lewis not guilty to charges against him. It is unknown if and when there will be a retrial. For InsideEdition.com, I'm Lee Sheps.
I agree, Linda.
For the last 2 years, Philip Vetrano has been carrying the painful memories of discovering his daughter's body. 30-year-old Karina Vetrano had been savagely beaten. Today, the 62-year-old father took the stand in the murder trial of suspect Channel Lewis, describing details and decisions that will haunt him for the rest of his life. Around 5:30 on that August afternoon in 2016, Vetrano says Karina asked him to go running with her in Spring Creek Park in Howard Beach, Queens, as they often
That's
did
her
together.
father.
But he couldn't because his back hurt. He recalled their last conversation, telling Karina, "I don't think it's a good idea." But she said, "Don't worry, Daddy. I'll be okay." He hesitantly let her go. About 45 minutes after she left, Vetrano says, "Something came over me, and I felt like something was wrong." He called her phone several times, leaving a voicemail screaming, "Karina, where the are you?" Vetrano called an NYPD friend who initiated the massive search for Karina. He described finally finding her body. "I let out this sound I never made before. It was a wail. My baby, my baby." She was on her stomach. Her right arm was under her body, her left arm at her side, her legs in a running position, her head tilted back to the side. I picked her up, grabbed her. Her back was up against my chest. Her chest was warm. Her back was cool. I knew by looking at her. She was dead.
How awful is that
Vetrano
as a
sobbed
father?
openly in court after
God.
seeing police crime scene photos of his daughter, her clothes pulled off and body covered in dirt and blood, pictures he'd never seen before. He recalled being escorted away by police after finding Karina and crying, "I have to take her home. I have to take her home." He returned home alone to break the devastating news to his wife, Kathy. She was sitting on the stoop, he said. "I put my arm around her. I didn't say anything." She knew.
Area.
It
This
was
guy's been in
heartbreaking
jail
to
ever
witness the
since. He
Vetrano
hasn't gotten
family
out.
shielding their faces and crying as disturbing crime scene photos were presented. Philip Vetrano finished his testimony and will sit in the gallery with his family for the rest of the trial. In Kew Gardens, Queens, Hazel Sanchez, CBS 2 News.
And today, the defense tried to discredit the NYPD crime scene investigators by introducing scenarios where evidence collectors could have made mistakes.
Watch this right here, guys. Watch this. This is
The parents of
unbelievable.
a New York woman sexually assaulted and killed while jogging, coming face to face with her alleged killer in court. After months of searching for what officials described as a needle in a haystack, one officer's hunch finally led police to a suspect in this violent crime. Here's ABC's Marisky Ocampo.
This is the last known footage
the
of
last
Karina
pictures I've ever seen
Vetrano.
alive.
Surveillance video taken just moments before the 30-year-old New York City woman was beaten and strangled to death while on a late afternoon run.
We need to find this predator.
Now, more than 6 months after the grisly murder,
Chanel, why'd you do it? Why'd you kill her?
police say they found the needle in the haystack, tracking down the man they believe is responsible. 20-year-old Chanel Lewis lived 3.5 miles away from the crime scene with his mother.
Follow-up investigation developed forensic evidence linking him to the crime. Lewis was interviewed by detectives and made detailed, incriminating statements and
Exactly,
admissions.
Cinnamon.
Charges are now pending. This is a very good day for justice in New York City.
Back here at home, the mystery murder of a jogger killed in New York City.
Back in August, the New York City murder grabbed national headlines. The story of the beautiful young woman with a large social media following, never to be seen alive again.
Right now, there's evidence of strangulation, asphyxiation.
She just never stopped smiling over the course of 4 years that I knew her.
She lit up the room when she walked in.
Her father, her usual running partner, stayed home that day because of a back injury. He grew concerned after he couldn't reach his daughter shortly after she set out on her run. The retired firefighter calling the police and joining them on the search for Karina. He was the one to find her body, face down in a marsh, 15 feet away from the trail, just 4 hours after she left her home.
It is wrong to kill an innocent young woman.
Vetrano's mother issuing a fiery promise to the killer.
I guarantee you, you will pay.
That's the mother.
Forever.
We also have DNA from her fingernails, probably the strongest we have.
Despite frequent pleas to the public for help and a reward of almost $300,000, the case went cold.
And I am right now a broken woman. But I will state this. I have 110% confidence that this person will be caught.
Seeing him for demon. He's a demon.
Vetrano's grieving parents in court Sunday at Lewis's arraignment, her distraught mother shouting to the suspect in the courtroom. Police say Lewis has no criminal record and had never even met Vetrano before that August afternoon. The motive? Police say a chance encounter with a man they call, quote, unhinged.
We have had a lot of leads in this case, and each one was
He had a criminal
vetted painstakingly by detectives. Long case.
The NYPD says they received over 250 leads and tested over 600 DNA samples, each one a dead end. But one cop's hunch broke this case wide open. Lieutenant John Russo recalls seeing a man he saw near the crime scene months before the murder.
One of my lieutenants who works in my office lives there. He followed up on a memory of his when someone was stopped for suspicious behavior in that community. And we started to look at Chanel Lewis even tighter, and we started to see some things that disturbed us.
Police pored over old complaints, discovering a 911 call from the spring. They say that gave them Lewis's name, which led them to 3 prior summonses, all connecting Lewis to the area. Authorities first met with Lewis last Thursday at his apartment, where they say he voluntarily submitted to a DNA test, which came back as a match to DNA discovered at the crime scene.
You got to remember, Karina helped us identify this person. She had the DNA under her nails, that we got it from her.
We spoke to former NYPD detective Nick Casale about the case.
She reportedly put up a very strong fight, and they said there was DNA under her fingernails. How important is something like that to an investigation?
The DNA evidence that they
Nick.
were able to gather at the crime scene from the victim and around the victim was matched against databases.
There was not a match.
There were no matches on known DNA files.
Then what?
Well,
when there's no match, where do you go from there?
Detective work. Nobody didn't get looked at. As we say in Brooklyn, everybody was given that once over.
And on Saturday, Lewis was taken into custody.
These things take time. Difficult cases, but you don't stop. There's a resilience here and vigilance here every day that they did, and that's what solved the case.
Police say Lewis allegedly gave multiple detailed incriminating statements to officers while in custody and is now charged with second-degree murder.
In this case, 6 months go by without any major break. How much pressure does that put on a police department in a high-profile case like this?
Sadly, it puts a lot of pressure, and rightfully so. The people want to know, the media wants to know, to tell the people. The family, first and foremost, wants to know.
And how certain are police that they've got their man now?
I think that they're very certain. They had enough to make the arrest, and now the community should be safe and the family should be relieved.
Police also say Vetrano was sexually assaulted, but Lewis has not been charged with sexual assault, and police say has denied any suggestion of that.
Was on her
this
back.
case is in its infancy. Typically, prosecutors bring holding charges, but it is quite possible, and it's often the case, that the sexual assault charges and other charges will be brought in later.
Lewis attended a school for students with special needs. His family is adamant about his innocence.
He's a wonderful young man.
Also on her cell phone.
Wonderful young man.
The cops is setting him up. The cops need to go do their job and find the real killer and take my brother out of jail. He's a black man. Because he's a white person, they're framing my brother.
The Legal Aid Society, who will represent Lewis, saying in a statement, "We're spending this critical time getting to know our client and his family and reviewing all the facts associated with this case. We caution everyone, including the media, not to rush to immediate judgment. Mr. Lewis is entitled to fairness and due process."
What I think is the biggest concern here
Allison, no.
is whether or not this suspect has a mental deficiency. There's a different test that needs to take place in determining whether or not he voluntarily gave his DNA, whether or not he was coerced into confessions.
Lewis is being held without bail. He's scheduled to next appear in court on February 21st. For now, there is at least some solace for the Vetranos, who after 6 months of searching for their daughter's killer, finally believe they found the answer.
I'm not going to say it's a good day, but we can move forward now.
For Nightline, I'm Mara Schiavocampo in New York.
So, guys, you know, that's a very, very, very intricate case. It's got so many moving parts. His DNA was, when she fought him, his DNA was underneath her fingernails. She had his scratch marks of his skin underneath the fingernails. He went to the hospital the next day because she injured him so bad that he needed to go get medical attention. So there's a record of him at the hospital. There's her DNA on her, underneath her fingernails. He tried to rape her but was not able to penetrate her. That came out in his confession. He was never able to complete the rape, but he pulled her pants down. She was found with her pants down. His DNA was on her back, on her cell phone, and on the front of her body, in the pelvic area. He ripped her hair out. He dragged her by her hair and dragged her into high weeds. This was a really brutal murder. The rape would have just been like going to this Chriswatts case for him getting the extra 48 years. The rape would have just been an extra charge, but this thing right here, they're looking for a conviction, and second-degree murder is what the prosecution felt was what they were able to get conviction. They're not looking to put this guy up and have him be acquitted of first-degree murder. It was second-degree, and that holds 25 years to life in prison. So, the reason that the jury came to a hung jury and a mistrial is because they felt that his confession was coerced and that he was not of he was mentally defective. That's what the defense claimed. And they also claimed that the father tainted the crime scene because when he found his daughter, he went, like any parent would do, he went over to his daughter and was hugging her and holding her and trying to pick her up. So the father moved the body at the crime scene, and that tainted the evidence a little bit. So the defense homed in on it. And they were able to get a hung jury. So he's in jail still, and we're going to have a retrial this month. And I'm going to go to the courthouse in Queens, which is local, and I'm going to go inside the courtroom, and if I'm granted entrance to it, and I'm going to listen to the opening argument from the defense and from the prosecution. And I'll report that live every day here on YouTube. So I will give you guys every day of this trial updates on what I have. The DNA is a match, but you see, guys, I talk about this all the time. To get a conviction, you need everything to be beyond a reasonable doubt. The defense created reasonable doubt on the crime scene of it being tainted. They created reasonable doubt on the actual confession because they're saying that this kid was not mentally right. They created a doubt on the police, the way they put him into custody. They used all of past criminal reports. If you listen carefully in there, the police used past criminal reports, and they claimed that past criminal report, he was stopped illegally and searched, and a report was created illegally, according to the defense. It's all they did was prove doubt to the juries, to the members of the jury, and they were unable to come up with a true verdict. So the DNA is really a strong evidence, but you need everything to come together, and it's got to all come together perfectly. So that's how it's a very complicated process. It's not like what you guys think. There is a lot of moving parts, and the jurors are all looking at this with a fine-tooth comb, and they can't have any doubt to come back with a guilty verdict. It's got to be beyond a reasonable doubt. And if they have reasonable doubt, then they don't come up with the verdict. So In this case, this is what happened, guys. So stick with me on this case, the Vetrano case. I'm going to be covering it live from the broadcast, from the Queens Supreme Court. I will go live outside of the court, and then I'll go inside. I won't be able to be live in there, but I'll report live from outside the court. It's going to be a premiere event that I put up here. So you're going to want to subscribe to my channel. You're going to want to hit the notification bell, and you're going to want to get all of the updates. I'm going to do premieres where I give you guys a 12 to 18 hour window where you know that it's going to be happening, and I'm going to put it up as a premiere event. So we're going to follow this trial very, very carefully. I know, Trevor, I know. You're welcome, FoxyBot, you're welcome. No death penalty in New York. Governor Mario Cuomo is against the death penalty. Our former governor, George Pataki, had the death penalty. Not before Cuomo, but he was two terms ago, there was a governor that we had the death penalty. Ron, what did you think about the Cheyenne Harris trial? The mother who left the baby in the back bedroom swing, maggots were eating the baby from the inside of the diaper. Baby finally died. I don't know anything about it, Spider. I'll have to look into that one. Cheyenne Harris trial. I'll look into that. I don't know anything about it. See, I won't comment on something that I don't know anything about. So it sounds like really a heinous crime. It sounds like something that's some vile human being would do that. Due process is good, but it can be hindered to justice. That is such a true statement. That's a very true statement. Very true statement. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you so much. You know, it is what it is. Interesting case. Thank you, says UK England. Thank you so much. All right. So if there's any other questions, hit me up on the chat right now. I'm going to probably end this in about 5 minutes because it is getting late here. It's 2:26 in the morning on the AM side here in New York City. I'm just a little bit outside of New York City. Broken chain of DNA custody led to OJ's not guilty verdict. That is correct. And a whole host of other bullshit. The detectives that handled that case, from Mark Furman to the whole rest of them, they all handled the evidence in a very bad fashion, taking evidence home in the police car and leaving it overnight in the trunk. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I never heard of such a debacle. No death penalty for Chriswatts in Colorado. There was a death penalty in place, but he pled guilty without having a trial, and the parents of his wife requested no death penalty for him. So they spared his life. I don't know why, but they did. That would have went on for a decade, at least a decade. We're getting snow right now. There's actually snow right here, Veggie Vibes. It's starting to snow just a little bit right here. It's flurrying. Yeah, I've seen it go on. It's not an ideal process, and it takes a long time to get the trigger pulled, so to speak. Thank you, Blue Topaz. I'm glad that you guys all enjoy the live. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wish you guys a good Friday evening and a Saturday or a Saturday evening, depending on where you are in the world. The governor is against it, yes, the death penalty. So I'm going to wish you guys a great night and a great weekend. I hope you guys all enjoy yourselves. What is Sassy saying with the 100? What was that 100 reference, Sass? Good morning, New York City, Pat. Great to see you, great to see you. Sassy, are you saying there's 100 people here and I'm wrapping it up? Is that what you're saying? Good night. Yes, good night, guys. If there's any comments, please let me know. Water Ski Mom, hold on a second. Hold on, let me scroll back. Would you ever consider doing educational videos for parents and keeping children safe for the social media? I've done broadcasts like that, and I definitely would do it, Water Ski Mom. You're welcome, Cup of Joe. Thank you for the super chat as well. Yes, I forget there are people from all over the world. How silly of my small mind. No, don't worry about it, Spider. Don't worry about it. There's people from all over the world. There's some people that are already into Saturday and Sunday. Big group hug, says Blue Topaz. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Black Rose, for your continued posting of links Hinsdale Girls, Sully, all the great ones. 100 likes. Guys, if you haven't given the video a thumbs up, please go and smash the thumbs up for the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. Even a thumbs down helps me. If you really feel you need to give it a thumbs down, that still helps. So thank you to all my thumbs down people, because you help out anyways, whether you realize it or not. My dad's cousin's been on death row in Utah for 30 years. That's a long time. That's a rare case, but unbelievable. Wow. It's Saturday night here in New Zealand. Kia ora to my good friends in New Zealand. You're welcome, Spider. You too. Same to you and yours. I will look up the Cheyenne Harris case, but it is the weekend for me, so I probably won't get to it this weekend because my time with my wife is important, so I don't really take a lot of time on the weekends to do the research. So it is what it is. Thanks for the videos and good night. Keep up the incredible work. Thank you so much for your kind words. Trina, I love that you're a late night owl like me. Joe Schmo, thank you so much for that. Joe Schmo, where are you from? Are you from the New York area? Because I got a feeling about you. I got a feeling I know who you are. Duty Ron, good to hear your comments on OJ. Did not know that. Yep, yeah, they really effed up that case really bad. It was disgraceful. I was embarrassed to hear how badly they screwed up the evidence in the OJ case. Believe they agreed to spare his life. It was Chriswatts plead guilty, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter that he's getting the consecutive lives. He's never going to see the light of day. He's going to rot in jail. Hopefully he develops cancer, probably anal cancer, and dies of a really slow, horrific death. That's what I wish for him. I wish for him to get some time, and I don't ever wish that on anybody, but I wish that he gets some of the worst case of cancer and suffers a really slow, hard, painful death, because that's what he deserves. Love and respect from the Pacific Northwest. Thank you, Cinnamon Hot Hot. Ooh, Cinnamon Hot Hot. Woohoo! Yeah, so it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. Periscope Space Gal rocket launch in T-minus 20 minutes. Maybe I should stay live right up until that. Maybe I should stay live for another 20 minutes. Who wants another 20 minutes of me talking? I'm beating a dead horse here. There's not much more I could talk about. But if you guys want 20 more minutes, I will stay for 20 more minutes. Allison is laughing about the anal cancer. It's a rough one. That really hurts. It's a pain in the butt when you get the anal cancer. Welcome in Joe Schmo from New Jersey. Spider, he says yes. Cinnamon Hot Hot says yes, please. You guys are all so funny. Get the F out of here, says Veggie Vibes. Get the F out of here. Thank you, Bren. Thank you, guys. All right, so I'll hang out. Joe Schmo, I got the New Jersey part the first time. The second time I got it even better. So thank you for that. New York City Pat gives the thumbs up. Guys, if you haven't given me the thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up. If you want to hit the thumbs down, do it. Do it. I don't care. Duty Ron at Popeye. A Popeye video at 2:30. Popeye's sound asleep. He's sleeping like a baby right now. Do you think YouTube will have to change and start policing in some way because of the nut psychos and bullies? I don't know. They don't come around on my channel because I don't let them coexist here. So this is not a hotbed or a breeding ground for them. So if there are those psychos and nuts out there, I don't know about them because I don't allow them to exist in my channel. I just eradicate them immediately. It's like giving a shot of penicillin when you get the clap back in the day. When you get the clap, you get the shot. I give the shot of penicillin and I send them on their way. Trevor says, Ron, do you think Chris will become someone's biatch in prison? Yes, Trevor, yes. Yes, he will. Molly Tibbs, Iowa case, jogging, pretty college girl raped and murdered. Ooh, Rick, can you send me an email about that? Could you just send me a quick email to dutyron at AOL? When I have it on the email, I could save it, and then I could look at it, like come Monday or Tuesday, I could look at it. Periscope has the psychos. Every platform has them, Joey. They're obviously here too, but there's much more. It's a hotbed. It's a breeding ground on Periscope. It's like a big hotbed of it. It's like a nesting. It's like when they used to have the the ISIS, the hotbeds of ISIS over there in Afghanistan and Iraq. That's what Periscope is like, Afghanistan and Iraq. It's a hotbed for terrorists. Mommy Rambles copped a weirdo. I'm not sure what that means, but I don't really even want to know about it. I don't want to know about it, all the other weirdos. Let's keep, Allison, keep that stuff to yourself. I don't want to get weirdos pushed on me. I will eradicate them immediately, says Joe Schmo with the thumbs up. YouTube is no nonsense. They're pretty strict. They are. They are. No, and they tried to blame someone talking vulgar on you after you left. I told him that you did not send that person in her first live. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that, Waterski Mom. That was that guy who was saying that, whatever. Yeah, I remember that. I forgot the girl who it was, but she was new to it, and the guy was thinking, yeah, that was good that you did that. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. Witness protection due to public backlash, and she's not in witness protection. No. Cheetah, if she was in witness protection, it would be all over. TMZ would cover that. So, Deuteron, I can donate my severe chronic pain for old Chris. There you go. Foxy Bot, that's not a bad idea. 110 thumbs up. Thank you so much for that, guys. How many people are in the chat? Because it says 109 on my computer. It says 123 on my phone. I don't know what's going on here. How many people we have in the chat? Because I can't even tell. 66 here. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. There you go. Hot pink. Hot pink jalapeno. 67. Okay, that's not bad. It still says 109 on my computer. And then up top here, it says 123. Refresh the chat. Let me refresh it and see if that works. No, still says 109. Weird. Anyways, so that's that. So everybody go watch if you're into space launches. I think she's going to be doing a space launch. Did you see my post? Hot pink. I didn't see it. I didn't see it yet. I didn't see it. I'm getting notifications as I speak. There's just constant notifications coming through. I could show you guys another video if you guys want to see another video. We could look at the New York City Police Department if you want. We could look at some other stuff. If anybody wants me to Google something, I'll put it up and we'll watch a little bit of a video. Space Lady is live. Space Gal, she's live. She was going to be live for probably a couple of hours now. So I could pull up the New York City Police Department website. Yeah, cool space rocket. I love NASA. Yeah, she does the rocket launch. There's going to be some kind of launch tonight. Oh, you do? Oh, really cool. That's great. That's awesome. Me personally, I don't think she was involved in that. I think they're interviewing him based on the request of his attorney, and his attorney is trying to, get him possibly extra liberties for visitation and things of that nature. I don't see anything additional. If they had information on the 17th when they went and interviewed him, if there was arrestable information on NK, she would be locked up already. They obviously didn't have enough to go and arrest her. So there's nothing that tells me that on the 7th, which is coming up, that they're going to have some breaking news that's going to be a shocker. So you can mark my words on that. Mark my words on it. If they had something, she would have been already in handcuffs and in jail. But they don't. What's up with the red flag law? I don't know. You tell me. What is it? I don't even know what the red flag law is. Do you think we should have professional jurors? No. That's not how the criminal justice system has been for over 150 years. Thank you for that, Black Rose. Jennifer says she agrees. I'm not sure what you were agreeing with, but thank you for agreeing. Artist, writer, survivor. Thanks for your service. I said my lifelong friend was murdered in 1994 by her valedictorian paramedic firefighter husband. Oh my God. That is horrible, 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 terrible. It's not normal, girly gamer, but it's not out of the ordinary. It's not out of the realm. If they follow up on any leads or any extra information, see, part of the investigation means exactly that. They're going to investigate anything additional. He's already sunk and done. This has nothing to do with him, but it may have something to do with possible connections of other people. But if he's giving loose information about possible connections without solid concrete evidence, it doesn't mean anything. But if it is that, they're going to divulge it and they're going to say, we didn't have enough evidence to go and make an arrest. So that's what might come out of that. That's a big might. That's a big might. Hold on a second. You'd think our laxer attitude has caused more violent crimes instead of having stiffer laws would make criminals afraid to commit crimes. FoxyBot, the Democrats want to let a lot of, traditionally Republicans have always been tougher on crime than Democrats. That's how it's been since I know the lawmaking system and how our government runs. You know, you got the Democrats who are kind of like want to let everybody get a second chance. And look, I have a Democratic mayor that runs New York City, de Blasio, and he wants the police not to make arrests for small level, low level crimes like urinating in public and defecating in public. That's all okay. It's okay in San Francisco. You go walk around San Francisco and there's shit all over the street, human shit, because these people that are homeless on the street, it's okay for them to do that because the police now don't give summonses or arrest you for it. Same thing goes for New York City. Now there's homeless people sleeping all over the place and urinating in public. There's people smoking pot all over the place. It's not legal yet because the mayor thinks that we should be hands off. When we had a Republican mayor, Rudy Giuliani, there was arrests through the roof for quality of life crimes. There was homeless people who were rounded up and brought to shelters and got all the services that they needed for the most part. They had a homeless outreach unit that brought homeless people in and got them help. This Democratic mayor just abandoned all of it. So if you're not tough on crime, then you're going to have lawlessness. So the lighter you are on crime and enforcing the laws, the more crime that you're going to have being committed against innocent citizens. You know, some of our lawmakers want to take the right to bear arms away from Americans. They want to take guns out of the hands of good people, and I feel that is a big mistake because there's so many people. As a cop, I've seen so many law-abiding, gun-toting citizens protect themselves. Now, granted, they do take other people's lives or shoot and kill other people, but if you do it under the auspice of the law, then you're okay. You know, if you're protecting yourself and you know what the law is and you know what your rights are, then it's all good and well. But guns in the hands of bad people are dangerous. But if you let criminals run around and run amok, you're going to have mass chaos. And New York City is mass chaos when it comes to homeless people and quality of life crimes. They're people are running amok, urinating and crapping and begging, and all kinds of craziness goes on in the city. I took my wife there for a Broadway show over the winter, and I'm glad that I had my gun with me because I felt like it was just got out of control. It was just getting crazy in the city. And this is just over the last 2 years. But crime is at its all-time low in major cities. New York City has got the lowest crime rate out of all the major cities. So, hello, Winky Whispers. Good to see you, Winky. I'm getting ready to wrap up, but I've been live for an hour and 40 minutes. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up. So, guys, I'm gonna bid you guys a fond adieu in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. What time do we got? 2:44. So I'll wrap it up at 2:50. I'll wrap it up at 2:50. Also, is there a way for the FBI to retrieve the deleted text? Yes, there is. They've already done it. It's already done, girly gamer. They already have everything. They have everything. So if there was implicating messages in her phones, she would be arrested already. So that's why I say you're going to hear it from me. You're hearing it from me. Mark my words. There's no more text messages. There's no more evidence against her. Everything that they've gotten, and everything that they can get, they already have. They have his phones. They have hers. And I don't care what anybody says, because people that are saying that they don't have stuff and that stuff was deleted, I know for a fact, because I worked in the computer crime squad in the NYPD, and the computer crime squad, you can get anything out of you can totally wipe a phone and still get information out of it. So I don't care what you heard or where you're hearing it from. I'm telling you, totally wrong. Thank you, FoxyBot. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon McGinnis, thank you. Correct. And it's the same thing for broadcasters. If you allow people to run amok in your broadcast and act like a fool, then that's what's going to happen to your broadcast. It's going to be a foolish, big mess. So you're not policing up your broadcast and enforcing rules and letting people know that you can't disrespect each other, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to have massive disrespect all over your channel. So, exactly. That is correct, FoxyBot. That is correct. Misbehaving. There you go. Thank you, Winky Whispers. You come in and you go right to work. You don't even get a chance to let your hair down and warm up. Thank you for that. Thank you, Winky. They can get data. I know it for a fact. I used to do it. Thank you. Thank you, Girly Gamer. I appreciate that. I'm giving you very good, valid information. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. What I'm telling you is the truth. Good to see you. Thank you, Beth Ascuse. Thank you so much for coming in. Excuse. Thank you. Somebody says I'm very calming. Thank you so much for that. My wife tells me that too, that I'm like someone who just calms the room. So, you know, I don't say stuff that I don't know about. If I don't know something or if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit to it, you know. Ron, YouTube is doing something strange. Casey, please let us all know. Ron is the bomb. Thank you, Lori. Let me know about this YouTube thing. As long as it's not a conspiracy theory, I'm open to it. I'm open to listen to it. As long as it's not a conspiracy theory. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. You feel so much better just being in my presence, says Cinnamon Hot Hot. Oh, thank you. That's a compliment. I appreciate that. At Carrie West, I hate to ask you, but I get constipated. Okay. Listen, we've just turned into the health channel. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't like him either. Oh, no. So you will not talk about 9/11? LOL, Girly Gamer. I will talk about 9/11 because I was there. I responded to the World Trade Center attack, and I was there. Something on your phone versus your computer. Oh, no. So you will not talk about 9/11? I've talked about it. Veggie Vibes. Oh, Ronnie. On your phone versus computer again. On your phone versus computer. I'm not sure what you're saying there. I must have missed something. Thank you, Joey. Please subscribe to my friend right there, Joey, BKLYN _67. Has Popeye the Parrot and Oscar? He has Popeye the Parrot and Oscar the dog. Yes, that's true. There you go, Hot Pink. There you go. Hello, Angel. Good to see you. Angel Harrison, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. Where are you watching from? What's your city and state? Let us know where you're watching from. I've done it already, girly, but I'll do another one for you. Go, if you look back in my replays, I talk about my first 24 hours at September 11th. I've spoken about it here on YouTube. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Guys. My eyes are starting to bother me. I am. I'm going to bed. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Off to bed, darn little dogs. Yeah, I gotta wrap it up. Thanks. I'm 15 minutes from Tampa. Oh, very nice. Tampa's beautiful. I love the West Coast. Everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you, Renee. Thank you to Joey. Follow my good friend Joey Brooklyn, Joey BKLYN _67. Do your dishes and go to bed. Thank you. Thank you. Lip and slip. Ooh, that's a good one. Lip and slip. Good night. Thank you for positively interacting, and thank you to each and every one of you who has contributed positively in this broadcast. That includes Winky Whispers, Sassy, Sass Marie, Black Rose, Red Lotus, Water Ski Mom, Sully, all of you guys. I mean, there's too many to list. Trina, super fan of all of you guys are awesome. All of my new subscribers and all my new friends, thank you so much for coming in. United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Australia, the UK, all of my great people. I appreciate you and respect you. Remember, our time is both valuable, so I respect your time just as you guys respect my time. So please, if you're going to send me messages that are of a constructive message. Don't send me stuff like, I don't like what you do, I don't like what you say, because I'll just block it and delete it. Send me good messages where we want, if you want to get answers to your questions, send me questions that are something that I can converse with you about. So just think about that. If anybody's watching on a replay, if you're going to send me some stupid fucked up message, I'm going to just delete it and block you. So please don't do that, because I want you to be able to interact with me, and I want to be able to interact with you. So thank you to all the moderators. Thank you, Music Soul King. Thank you, Winky Whispers, Joey, Black Rose, everybody. And Casey, thank you so much for coming in. A lot of love and respect for people all over the world. Thank you. This is Duty Ron, retired New York City police detective, signing off. We will talk soon. Peace and love, and be kind to one another. Talk to you soon, guys. Good night.